Hello, friends. Hope all is well. Today we'll be talking about fat little globs like these. No! Right now, aren't they just cutie little patooties? But take a look at these. Uh-oh, I think something went wrong. These are the invasive wild pigs. Definitely not cutie patooties anymore, are they? Wild pigs vary significantly in color, shape, and size. They have long, coarse hair, broad shoulders, and grizzled coat coloration due to their varied ancestry. Adult pigs can weigh between 75 and, wait for it, 250 pounds! That's one fat pig. Now, how can you find one of these exotic piggies? First, look for wild pig tracks, though their hooves are very similar to those of the white-tailed deer. Next, look for wallows in wet areas. Wild pigs tend to create them to get relief from the biting insects and heat from the sun. And of course, there's scat. Scat can vary in shape and consistency, depending on the season and the diet of the wild pigs. But they mostly include bits of grain, acorn, hair, or feathers.
Wild pigs can live almost anywhere as they are extremely adaptable and thrive in many climates. As a result, they can quickly create families in other areas, ones that aren't their main habitat.
And that brings us to the reason that you clicked on this video. Why are wild pigs invasive? They seem so gentle and adorable. But do not be deceived by the looks, which you, shouldn't be because, look at them! Look at them! Wild pigs arrived in Kentucky by the transportation of Zoom, aka in pickup trucks. Pigs colonized new areas in Kentucky via truck and trailer. Pigs originally expanded in Kentucky because of misguided hunters who intentionally released them. Some negligent owners simply let them run free or could not care for them anymore. So what exactly makes them invasive? Don't worry, you don't have to go searching. According to an article by the USDA, or the U.S. Department of Agriculture, feral swines cause major damage to property, agriculture, crops and livestock, native species and ecosystems, and cultural and historical resources. As a summary, they prey on eggs and chicks of multiple different organisms, including ground nesting birds such as turkey, quail, and various songbirds. Since they are especially fond of acorns, which many species rely on in the fall, they raid the acorns of squirrels, leaving them without a source of food in the winter. Deer and turkey cannot compete with wild pigs, so when pigs are present, they leave the area. This can be damaging to the local economy that depends on deer and turkey. Wild pigs' rooting and trampling behavior disrupts many native plant communities. Wild pigs destroy forests by pulling up tree seedlings, eating acorns, and rooting up plants. They also create wallows, which disturb many ground organisms. Wild pigs alter the water quality of wetlands through fecal deposition and wallowing, again. This, once more, disrupts organisms that depend on the water and or live in it and the water of local areas. The pigs cause extensive damage to agricultural crops, food plots, and hayfields by creating holes or ruts in fields that damage farm equipment, cause soil erosion, and lead to stream sedimentation. The effects and impacts are endless. They can kill, transmit diseases, and contaminate the feed of livestock. As a result, wild pigs cause over $1.5 billion in damage in the U.S. every year. So now you can see, feral swines aren't so cute. Feral swines have such an impact that they have affected the United States as a whole. Take a look at maps from 1982 all the way to 2018 and notice the change in hog population. But one state in particular is having serious pig problems. A farmer named Kerry Underhill from Cadiz, Kentucky is frustrated. His family has farmed the same land for decades, but they have a serious new problem to deal with.
According to Underhill,
We lost 25% of our crops over there this past year. About 12 to 15% was lost to feral hogs.
feral hogs are a growing problem for Kentuckian farmers. Underhill says that they go down the corn row or bean row and pick the seed right up out of the ground. They stick around from the moment that they are planted till the time that they are shelled. The feral pig problem at Kentucky's Land Between the Lakes Park has become so bad that the USDA wildlife and forestry staffers have implemented a plan to start shooting them from helicopters, in addition to placing bait traps and euthanizing the captured ones. Many groups are currently working with impacted landowners in providing technical information to control wild hog populations. It's about time! But enough about the faults of these feral swines.
There are too many to list anyway.
How can we reduce them, or maybe even prevent the hogs? First, I'll give you some information to prevent the pigs by yourself for personal gain. Build fences to prevent them from eating your little fruits and vegetables. Make sure they are taller than 34 inches, or the hogs can use their strong little legs to bounce up and over. Use guard animals, such as dogs, to protect livestock. And you can never be too careful by vaccinating animals to prevent disease from being spread. As a group, corral trapping can be used, which is basically large-scale trapping. It is much more effective than regular trapping. But you know what's even better? Guns! Lethal techniques are far more effective than any control program out there. It is the best for limiting population growth and achieving long-term suppression of damage, which means more guns, less pigs. So today, you've learned all about pigs, wild hogs, or feral swines, whatever you want to call those creatures. So go back to your grandparents' farms and use your awesome new skills to identify one from a mile away.
Nikki, you're not supposed to say that. They're not supposed to come near you.
Silly little goosey.